Whoa. Did he just say that? He did just say that, didn't he? Let's just go back. Let's just hear that again. Today, the day that I upload this, Monday the 28th of December 2020, is your last chance to vote in the Fragrantica Reader's Choice Poll Awards. If you'd like to support Gravitas Prom and vote for it, just follow the link in the description and go to the Best Men's Fragrance category and give a thumbs up next to Gravitas Prom. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So something a bit different today. I'm going to do a reaction video, my second one of these. I'm going to be reacting to a Jeremy fragrance video today, which should be fun. Just before I sort of do it, I just want to talk about Jeremy fragrance. I personally am always really positive about Jeremy, and I'm not just saying this, people might say, oh, you need to suck up to him or whatever. I don't, he doesn't have any particular interest in me, and I don't get anything out of any kind of thing that's nice that I say about Jeremy. But I've been following him since I started getting into fragrances on YouTube. He's been going longer than me, I think since 2014 he started his channel, and of course he's by far the biggest fragrance person on YouTube. Huge amount of followers, well over 1 million. God knows what the number is now of his subscribers actually, and just an enormous personality within the world of fragrances on YouTube. I've had a few interactions with him. He's always been really nice to me. We're not big buddies or anything. He's a really busy person, and I don't think I'm high on his list of people he needs to be friends with. However, I did send him a bottle of our fragrance Gravitas Pour On. He was kind enough to feature it in a couple of videos actually, and said really good things about it.
Let's see. Nice sprayer. It's nice. It's a good one. It does give a bit of that old school British fougere barbershop. Nice one. First impression is good. Dandy gentleman style.
So I'm very grateful. I didn't have any expectation that he would actually feature it. There was no trade-off. He doesn't get anything whatsoever out of that apart from the free bottle of juice. So I'm very grateful to him for that. And I've always found that he's a positive person who's, as far as what he puts out on YouTube goes, he stays in his own lane. He talks about fragrances, and I think that's fine. Very interesting recently, isn't it? Because, a key thing on YouTube, channels have to evolve, and Jeremy has evolved loads. He did one kind of video when he first came out. The early videos, he had like a 23-minute video talking about La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL. He would never do something like that now. That video is even deleted, I think. There was a big period where he kind of had his main growth, where he was doing videos where he had very attractive young ladies, normally, well, either one or sometimes two, and that was a really big thing for him. Unless I'm missing something, I don't think he really does that anymore. So he's evolved a lot. Nowadays, he does very sort of unedited videos. He's just straight in, he does his little clap and turns around, and they seem very off the cuff. His output level is incredible. He used to do, there was one point when he was growing fast, years ago when I kind of started, he only did like one video a week. Now it'd be very rare if he only did one video a day. He does several videos every day. I don't know how he does it. They seem very off the cuff, very unedited, very spur of the moment. They're all on usually quite populist subjects, best this, best that, best that, as today's will be. So it's really interesting to watch Jeremy's channel. He doesn't go into much detail about the fragrances nowadays. So it's enough of me waffling. Let's get stuck into it and see what I think. So the video is top 10 most seductive fragrances for men. Here we go.
Top 10 sexy romantic fragrances for men. CK1 Shock. Antonio Banderas Blue Seduction. Parfums de Mali Pegasus. Penhaligon Zohan.
Okay, so what? He's doing a top 10, and literally, he's gone through 4 already, and we're less than 25 seconds into the video. He's just holding each fragrance up and saying its name. That's it now with him. He's kind of simplified his channel. He stopped going into much detail about notes, and now he just tells you the name of the fragrance and holds it up, and that's no explanation of what it smells like, why it's a good fragrance. Interesting. Okay, maybe he comes back and does more detail in a minute. I don't know.
Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male.
Upside down.
Yves Saint Laurent White Eau de Parfum. Armani Code Absolu. Stronger with You. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. Dolce & Gabbana The One.
Okay, so it looks like he's just going through the list. That's it. He's done. The list's over. There's 1 minute and 12, 13 seconds of the video gone. He's finished the list. I don't know what's going to happen now. Will he go into more depth? Looking good though at the moment, isn't he, Jeremy? He's in a white phase. At one phase he was wearing an all black thing all the time, and nowadays he always seems to wear this white shirt and white suit. Looking good. There were a few videos at some points where people said, oh, he looks a bit tired, a bit rough, but he looks very healthy and flush in his face now. He's always wearing this cross thing now, and I think he's very much into his religious beliefs. I believe he's a Catholic, and it seems to be often mentioning this in his videos, so I'll be interested to see if he does today. So you always have this gold cross with him, and I don't know if the whiteness is meant to represent any kind of purity. So yeah, looking good. Let's see what he's going to do next for the rest of the video. It's a really short couple of minutes video, but I'm quite intrigued to see what's going to come next. Here we go.
Today I did not jerk off before my video, which I normally do, but I keep my semen.
Whoa. Did he just say that? He did just say that, didn't he? Let's just go back. Let's just hear that again, because I think it bears repeating. Let's hear that again.
Today I did not jerk off before my video, which I normally do, but I keep my semen to have a maximum impact in my face. I use this technique in certain videos, but if you overdo it, it's too much. So you gotta handle and understand your sexual energy. It gives you ultimate power. It gives you the strength to convince people. So, dear God, thank you for guiding me how you want to guide me.
Okay, so he's saying he retains his, you know what? We've all heard of that no fap and all that. It's a well-established thing that is supposed to hold back your energy, and instead of kind of expelling it downwards, effectively, maybe it channels upwards into your brain. I've heard of that. It's not a new idea. They call it no fap now. But, I used to have a book from 1976 or something by somebody called Yoga and Sexual Energy. And it was kind of all about, it's almost on a spiritual kind of semi-religious kind of point of view, but it wasn't Christian. But it was sort of saying that, yeah, if you don't focus on sexual stuff and if you don't engage in sexual activity, actually, if you're sort of living a celibate life, they were kind of saying, actually you can be channeling all that energy into much higher stuff. And sort of maybe some of the great composers and people, didn't have a wife and stuff, and they neither were they jerking off, and they say all that energy went up into their brain and creative power. So it's not a new idea, and I an interesting idea. Can't say I've ever tried it for a prolonged period of time, but Jeremy's saying it works. He said he retained the so it could impact his face, which is a hell of an image. But I think what he meant, it wasn't literal, because that would be really not something we want to think about. But because he's holding it within himself, he's saying that it will have maybe an impact on his face, will look healthy, and he does look pretty healthy at the moment. You'll get, there's zinc in it and stuff, isn't it? I don't know if he just means his skin will be good, or if he means his whole being will be a little bit rejuvenated or energized by this abstinence from onanism. Okay, let's move on. Where can we go from there, Jeremy? He's also mentioned God as well, so that's really a big factor for Jeremy at the moment, and I respect him for that.
I'm walking the edge between chaos and order, guys. I'm pushing myself as hard as I can from a nutritional standpoint and from a mental standpoint. not from a spiritual standpoint in terms of I could go more to the church, but I do everything I can. Every day I write down, don't disappoint God, improve every day, live childhood dreams. I wish everybody a great day, guys. I love you. Thank you for watching my videos. Peace.
Wow, that's it. So yeah, kisses the cross there at the end. Very, very different. I mean, what can we say about this video? Okay, the thing that he's, you know, the revelation there about the no fap, let's call it that, because it sounds less rude, retaining his semen. I mean, very brave. You've got to give him that. You know, we have a lot of cookie cutter type channels. It's all top 10s and stuff, and people are sort of very much coming across like professional influencers. And give credit to Jeremy here. I mean, that's a kind of a sort of thing that shows he just doesn't give a damn, and he's really being honest in the video. You've got to give him credit for that. You know, he's even got his own fragrance brand, of course, Fragrance One, who do, you know, some pretty decent fragrances. They're not everybody's cup of tea, but you know, I respect what he's done there. And you know, he says, you would think, like, for me, okay, I've got my own brand, Naughton and Wilson, right? I would sort of think, well, okay, you know, if people are going to be maybe looking at my channel and maybe I'm trying to get it into a new store online and stuff, and they might, you know, I wouldn't want them to see me say something like that I didn't jerk off today before the video. But he's obviously got no filter there. He's just like, well, what the hell? So that's interesting, you know, brave. He's going to be his real self, not this sort of fake perfect person that some of us try and put forward on YouTube. So, you know, I don't love everything about his videos, and I don't know whether some of this stuff is contrived or planned to look exciting or weird, but you've got to give him credit there for coming out with something that's a sort of shocking statement that most people would be a bit embarrassed to talk about. So that, you know, it's not your typical fragrance video. I'll give him that. So my reaction to this one, wow, amazing that he said that. Very odd thing to say. Don't know what he's trying to achieve there. He's definitely in this zone where he's got a lot of things going on in his head about spirituality. He's very religious, and I think it feels like that's become a bigger part of his life, where he's chosen only recently to bring it up in videos. That's obviously a huge thing with Jeremy now. In terms of the fragrance stuff, kind of weird. He's done a top 10, and he's literally just held the fragrances up and talked about them for a few moments. Well, no, he hasn't talked. He just said the name of them. Very interesting video. I wonder what's going to happen next with Jeremy. Always compelling to watch his videos. This is a little odd. From a fragrance point of view, he gave us nothing helpful about the fragrances or why they were good or anything. And yet it was in some ways more watchable and entertaining than yet another top 10 from some of the other big fragrance reviewers. So very non-generic, very open and honest, very unusual video, and very intriguing. That's my reaction. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Thank you ever so much for watching. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And by the way, guys, don't forget there's a code SMELLY10 at executiveshaving.co.uk. Link in the description. It gets you 10% off all their stuff there. And the range of fragrances on there is really good, some really good affordable ones. They ship those fragrances in the EU and the UK. Don't forget, if you'd like to join the Smelly Army private members club over on Patreon, there's a link in the description to do that. It costs just $2 a month, and you get an extra video from me every week, plus you get to watch everything I've already uploaded in there. We're building a really nice community, lots of interaction, and I'd love to see you in there.